Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name, after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
All right, so our first minute of work, we are bouncing. So we're just going to start to find that nice bounce. This is just to wake up the nervous system, wake up the lymphatic system, wake up your spine, wake up your limbs, get everything bouncing just a little bit. Rhonda's in the house. That must mean it's spring break. Oh, yeah. All right. Get that bounce going, bounce, shake your arms, let your fatty tissue bounce a little bit. So we want to really feel like we're just letting everything wiggle and jiggle and bounce. And then notice the bounce in your breath. Notice your energy level. Have you been getting enough sleep? Have you been eating nourishing food? All of those things can affect how we work out. So you'll always want to make sure that you do the right amount of intensity and the depth of work that is going to feel just right to your body. Here comes Liz. Keep it bouncing, keep it bouncing. We got 13 seconds left. Liz and Rhonda, we need light hand weights today. You're going to go light hand weights and you're going to use them pretty much the whole time. So we got 4 seconds left. We're bouncing, shaking, and everything be loosey-goosey. All right, that's time. Now grab your light hand weights. We're going to try to keep them with us the rest of the way. We're going to start with some little side bends. You're going to dip to one side, dip to the other side. We got 30 seconds of work here. Think of it as still a warm-up minute, so we're not going fast. We're not going intense. We're just moving the spine. Ten seconds left. All right, now we're going to step the feet out even wider. We're going to go for some windmills with the breath. So you're going to exhale, twist to one side, inhale through center, exhale over to the other side, bring it back to center. Hold on to those weights if you can. If you're like, that's too much for me this morning, then you'll set your weights down. You're always going to make sure that you do just the right amount of work for you. 10 seconds left. All right, that's time. Now we're going to step the feet in closer. So the feet are going to be about hip width distance apart. We're going to be loaded, but if you get to the load and you're like, that's not for me, you're going to put the hand weights down. Feet about hip width distance apart. It's going to be a big swim of the arms up and overhead and then a roll down. So you're going to imagine that you're peeling or diving your back away from an imaginary wall behind you. We want that rounding through the back of the body, but then bend your knees more than you think you need to. Come back up. Arms are going to float up and out to the side, and then we're rolling back down. Peel your back away, bend your knees as you go. If you find the load to be too much, set the hand weights down, leave that part off, but do the work that feels just right to you. We do want to keep our knees bent. We don't want to stress the backs of the legs too much. Think of this as more work for the spine versus work for the backs of the legs, and then come up with a little bit of a strong intention. Nice job. 20 seconds left. Go nice and slow here. There's no need to rush. You guys look amazing. Nice job. All right, that's time. The next time you come up, if you set your hand weights down, go ahead and grab them. We're going to take it into a farmer's carry with a figure-8 walk, but one hand up, one hand down, and then we'll switch at the 30-second mark. And so we're going to start to walk in a figure-8 pattern. Now you can walk way off of the edges of your mat if you want to. I like to keep it into that confined space just because some of us have limited space, some of us don't. So you're going to walk as big in your figure-8 pattern as you like. One arm up, one arm down. The arm that's down especially is going to be held slightly away from the side of your body. The reason we do this figure eight walking is it's good for our toes, our feet, and our ankle mobility. So it gives us just that little bit of push off on the side. So we do this figure eight walk just to help improve our foot strength and our ankle strength. If you like just doing that bit of intentional work, you're also going to pay attention to the big toe push off as you go. All right, now if you like to reverse, go the other way, switch your arms. And then, of course, we like to tune into that proprioception. So, best you can, keep your eyes forward versus looking down at the ground. And time. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to stick with our hand weights if we can. That's why we're going for light. This is going to be 5 heel drops. They're like nice intense. So this is the one we're going for the impact. So we're going to do 5 consecutive heel drops, and then we're going to pick up the toes and the balls of the feet and do a tibialis walk. So start by just loading up your hands. 5 consecutive heel drops, nice and quick. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now pick up your toes and your balls of your feet, and you're walking forward and you're walking backwards. Keep your hands loaded best you can, working the muscles in the front of the shins. It's a little bit of an awkward walk, but once you've got that walk going on, if you want to add on, you're going to add some bicep curls. You're going to keep the toes and the balls of the feet lifted, walk yourself forward, walk yourself back. It doesn't need to be fast, but we do want that good strength and control through the front of our shins. Nice job. All right, when you're ready, set your toes and the balls of the feet down, arms out at your side, 5 more heel drops. Impact is where it's at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now pick up the toes and the balls of the feet, back to that walk. And if you like, add your bicep curls. Nice job. All right, that's time. Go ahead and shake your feet out just for a second. Next up, it's going to be a 20-second burst. So it's going to be a 20-second burst of squat. You're going to give me as many squats as you can in 20 seconds. And then we take it into a wide squat hold and we'll reach and touch. So a little bit of the side bend action. So first start by just finding your squat position that you like the best, where you're really in good control. And then we're going to go for a 20-second burst. This one's for speed, not for impact. You can add a jump if you want to, if that gives you the intensity that you need. But if you're jumping, you're going to jump and land gracefully versus forcefully. So if you need that little extra bit, you're going to give it to yourself, but land with grace. Toe ball heel. 3 seconds left, as much intensity as you've got. All right, now hold a nice wide squat position. We're reaching down, touch the inside of the foot, come back up, reach down, touch to the inside of the foot. Beautiful. This one's a little bit slower. We're not going for intensity. We come back to a little working recovery. Nice job. 20 seconds left. Does not matter if you can touch to the inside of the foot. We're looking for a little bit of a side bend and a little bit of hold in the legs. You've got it. All right, that's time. Come on up, give your legs a little shake. We're going to stick with those hand weights if we can. Now we're going to take it into just straightforward calf raises. So hold those arms away from the side of your body, lift your heels up, lower them with control. Nice, slow, steady pace here. You're already halfway there. 3 seconds left. All right, that's time. Shake, shake, shake out your legs. Next one's going to be for impact. So this one's for our bone density. So you'll load or unloaded. That's going to be up to you. I say walk yourself to the back end of your mat. You're going to sink into a little squatted position. You're going to jump. We're going to do 5 jumps, but they're forward jumps, and we're not going to come into a rised up position. So if you're not sure what I'm saying, watch me first. So you're going to jump, but land. Jump, stick the landing. Jump, stick the landing. So we're going to do 5 jumps. Take it to the back end of your mat. Here we go. We're jumping for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now hold that squatted position. Now we're going to alternate. One leg's going to lift and then the other. We got 30 seconds of work here. Stay in that low squatted position. Pick one leg up, pick the other leg up. You've got it. All right, now if you're at the front end of your mat, we're going to stay in that low squatted position, but we're going to start to walk our way to the back end of our mat. Nicely done. All right, now once you're at the back end of your mat, 5 jumps. We're going to stick the landing. We're not going to rise up. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold that low squatted position. Lift one leg and then the other. You got it. Nice job. And time. Nicely done. Okay, come on up. Give everything a little wiggle and a shake. It's going to be 30 seconds, 1 foot forward, 30 seconds, the other. We're going to stagger our stance. We're going to come up onto our tippy toes. It's going to be a front shoulder raise out to 45 degrees, lateral shoulder raise. That's the work. 30 seconds with 1 foot forward. We'll switch our feet at the 30-second mark, but the rest of the work stays the same. Heels lifted if you can. Heels down if that feels more stable to you. Keep a little micro bend in the elbows. Nice job. All right, when you're ready, switch your feet, find your little tippy toe staggered stance, and then away we go. Front raise, 45 degrees, lateral raise. Nice job. And time. Beautiful. Okay, give your legs, your feet, your ankles a little shaky shake. Now we're going to take it into a bent over position. It's going to be a bent over row, bent over chest fly. So micro bend your knees, hip hinge, bend over. We're going to go for a row, lower down, open out into that fly, bring it in. We've got 1 minute on the clock. Stick with those light weights here if you can, just so that you can get some nice amounts of reps in and keep that good form. So we want to keep a nice long spine. Beautiful. Nice form. You guys look amazing. All right, that's time. Take a second, come on up, wiggle out your hips, wiggle out your low back. Now we're going to start to find our way down to the ground. We're moving into some star planks. It's going to be 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other. So we're going to stick with one side, use one single hand weight. So come down onto your favorite side first. It doesn't matter which, because we're going to do both, but it's going to be 30 seconds. Tall arm or elbow and forearm down, what feels better to your shoulders and your wrists. Lift up, lift your leg, lift your top hand, hopefully loaded if you can stand it, but we got 30 seconds of work. So we're lifting up, lowering with control. You've got it. Nice job. Ten seconds left on this side. All right, when you're ready, we're flipping it over to the other side. So you spin yourself around in the way that makes good sense to you. I'm spinning around so that I'm facing out to you. One side might be different from the other, so honor the side that you're working on. Tall arm or short arm, gonna be up to you. Loaded or unloaded, also up to you. Lift up, lower down. We got 30 seconds on this side. Nice job. Ten seconds left. All right, that's time. Flip it around into a tabletop position. As you come into tabletop position, you're going to ask yourself, do you want a knee down plank? Do you want a tall plank? Or do you want to stay in your tabletop? It's going to be a 20-second burst of intensity. So we're doing a plank shoulder tap. It might feel better to just have a knee down plank position so that your shoulders get the work that they need. We want that intensity. We've got 20 seconds of work. So you're going to shoulder tap, but go for as much intensity as speed as you can find. We got 20 seconds on the clock. Give it everything you've got. Knees down or knees up. What is the level of work that you're shooting for this morning? That'll be totally up to you. As much intensity as you've got. You got 10 seconds left. All right, that's time. Lower down onto your belly. We're going to take it into opposite hand, opposite foot, Superman's. Arms above your head. Opposite leg, opposite arm. Lift up, lower down. Switch it over to the other side. You've got it. Ten seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, push your way back up to tabletop position. Now grab a single hand weight. We're going to do 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other. So the hand that's loaded, opposite leg is going to reach out. You'll either keep the toe on the ground or keep it lifted up. You're going to do a row with the hand that's loaded and then a fly. So you're going to alternate between those two. We got 30 seconds and then we'll switch our hand and our foot. So load up that front hand, leg out, toe on the ground, or lifted, going to be up to you. Find a nice stable position and then away we go. No need for speed here, just good control. Nice job. Five seconds left. All right, when you're ready, lower that leg down, take a second, switch everything around. Place your hand weight over onto the other hand, slide your leg up. One side might be different from the other. So if you need to keep that toe on the ground here, do what feels best. If it feels good to lift it up, awesome. We give a row and a fly. We got 30 seconds of work. Nice, slow, steady pace. Ten seconds left. And time. Beautiful. Okay, lower that leg down. Now we're going to flip it around onto our backside. This next one, I just want to make sure I hit this button here. This next one is going to be, we're going to do 3 impacts for our arms and hands. So it's going to be a little bit of a slam of our arms on the ground. Everybody's arms and wrists are going to behave differently here. So you're going to only go with the amount of intensity that's going to feel just right to you. So set yourself up so that you're in a bridge preparatory position. Move your hand weights out of the way. We don't want to get them involved in any of this right now. Come down onto your back. What you're going to do is do 5 consecutive slams. You're going to slam, 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 slam. Then we're going to take it into some crunches. You're going to pull the abdominal muscles down and crunch up. We got 30 seconds of work crunching at your pace. We're going to take a little bit of periphery glance at the abdominal muscles. If they look like they're doming up into a little bit of a triangle, you want to pull them down first and then curl your way up. You've got it. And you know, I like that exhale as we crunch up, inhale to release. Three more seconds, and then we're going to come back to those hand slams. Okay, so let your head and your chest soften down. 5 slams. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to your crunches. Crunching up, lowering down. Check your abdominal muscles. Make sure that they're pulling down towards the spine. You've got 15 seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, now you're going to grab your hand weight. It's going to be a loaded dead bug, but we're going to alternate our toe taps. So you're going to stay loaded at the front of your chest, and then you're going to alternate your toe taps. One foot's going to touch down, and then the other. So we're going to keep a nice, steady, stable center. Keep those arms loaded up at the sky, and away we go. And then think about moving the front of your thigh away from your chest to reach the toe down towards the ground. So it feels like you're bending your knee to reach your foot down. Keep your knee in a nice, strong, stable position. Move the front of your thigh away. You've got it. Nice job. Some of us will feel better to have the low back pressing down. Some of us will feel better to have a slightly natural curve of the back, and some of us will feel slightly better to be crunched up just slightly. We've got 20 seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, next up, it's going to be a 20-second burst. So this one's going to be intensity. So we're going to do 20 seconds of hip bridges. And then after the burst of hip bridges, we're going to hold our hip bridge for 40 seconds and we're going to march our feet. You can load up for this one if you want to. So come down onto your back. If you want that little extra load, you're going to place your hand weights on the front hip points. And then we're going for intensity. We've got 20 seconds on the clock. You're going to give it everything you've got. Nice amount of speed, squeeze and lift. Go for as much intensity as you can find. Loaded or unloaded, totally up to you. You got 20 seconds of work. Give it everything you've got. You got 10 seconds left. All right, now hold that hip bridge up in the air. Arms are loaded, but keep your hand weights down at the ground. Alternate, pick one leg up and then the other. So we're just marching the legs. Keep your butt up in the air if you can. Seven seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to take it 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other into some oblique crunches. So knees together, drop them off to one side. One hand to the side of the belly, one hand to the side of the head. We're crunching up. We've got 30 seconds here. You know, I like that exhale as we crunch and inhale to release. And seconds left on this side. All right, when you're ready, lower down, switch your legs over to the other side, readjust anything that you need to. Hand to the side of the belly, hand to the back side of the head, and away we go. We're crunching up and lowering down. Use your breath to help you. Exhale as you do the hard work. Inhale to release. Nice job. And seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, bring it back to center. Stretch out anything that you need to. But now we're going to take it into our Pilates 100s. Start with the reverse tabletop position. Curl up the head, neck, and chest. Start to pump the arms. If you want that little extra bit, grab your hand weights, load them up. I find that Pilates 100s are intense enough for me. I never need to load them up. So you're going to do the work here that feels just right. Keep that curled up position. Pump your arms. We inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 5. If this is feeling good, you want a little challenge. Send your right leg out nice and long. All right, now switch. Right leg comes in, left leg goes out nice and long. Maybe both legs long, maybe both legs in reverse table, totally up to you. You've got 17 seconds left. 10 seconds to go. You got this. And time. Nicely done. Okay, lower everything down for a second. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs nice and long. We're going to move right into roll ups from here. So if you want to, we're going to load it up. Grab your hand weights up and overhead. Exhale, curl up the head, neck, and chest. I like to bend my knees as we reach past the toes. We're not trying to stretch the backs of the legs. We're trying to keep it safe in our body. Roll your way down, one vertebrae at a time, up and overhead with the arms. And then exhale, we curl up the head, neck, and chest. Bend your knees as you come up into that forward bend reach. You got it. Nice job. We got 1 minute on the clock. Do this work at your pace. Stay loaded if you can, but if the load feels like it's asking a little much at this point and you're feeling a little fatigued, leave the load off. Seven seconds left. All right, the next time you come up into that seated position, we're gonna stay there, taking it right into a V-sit. Stick with that load. This is our last minute of work. So we're gonna lean into that V-sit, elbow taps, bring it to center, other elbow taps, we bring it to center. We've got 1 minute on the clock. If you're feeling a little fatigued, and we did use those core muscles quite a bit at that last bit of work, so if it feels better to stay unloaded, set your hand weights down, do the depth of work here now. That makes good sense. Nice job. You guys look amazing. Beautiful form. And time. Awesome job. All right, set your weights off to the side. We're going to take it right into a nice wide leg position for a little stretch. So step your legs out just as wide as feels good. Everybody's legs will look different on this one. So get them just to a point where you feel a little sense of stress in the inner thigh or the groin. Pinky toes are going to pull back so we keep a nice active leg position, and then sit up nice and tall. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. And we're going to walk forward one step. So you're just going to step your hands forward. Press down into your hands, pull your chest forward, pinky toes pull back. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. When you're ready, walk your hands forward one little step. Pinky toes pull back. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Walk forward one step. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Now we may be at your edge. You might be like, I'm already there. I'm not going any further. Stay there. If you can walk out any further, take one more step. Find your position that feels just right to you. Pinky toes pull back. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. All right, now walk it in nice and slow. Grab the backs of your knees, help bring your legs together, and then we're taking it into a little bit of a soft, super soft fold. So keep your knees as generously bent as you can. Pull your belly and your chest up against your thighs. Tuck your chin down. Take a nice deep breath. All right, and then when you're ready, come out of that little tucked in position, spin it around into a tabletop position or onto all fours. And then we're gonna take it into puppy pose or heart melting pose. So you're gonna keep your knees and your hips in line, walk your hands forward, arms as wide as you would like them to be. Let your chest and your forehead sink down, and then take about 3 nice big breaths here. All right, and then when you're ready, walk it back to tabletop position, and we're gonna take barrel rolls, or what I like to call scrape the peanut butter jar. So you're gonna imagine that your ribs are a butter knife and you're scraping the inside of a peanut butter jar. So you're just gonna circle your rib cage around, circle in one direction. This is just to bring a little bit of love and lubrication back to those oblique muscles, the belly muscles, and a little bit around the ribs. Circle around one more time in one direction, and then when you're ready, reverse, go the other way. All right, one more circle around, and then when you're ready, come back through center. We're gonna lift up into a down dog shape. So curl your toes under, lift up, and then walk your feet towards your hands towards your feet. So you come into a nice soft fold. Bend your knees more than you think you need to. Once you found your way there, let your head hang nice and heavy. Take a breath. All right, now we're gonna find our way up to a standing position. And then as you come up to standing position, you're gonna interlace your fingers, flip your palms, press them forward, stretch your fingers, stretch your arms, stretch your wrists. Nice, and then release that, bring it behind the back, interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down, arms away from the back of the body. We're gonna lift the chin, and then we're gonna push our lips up towards the sky. That's gonna get those little muscles underneath your chin. One more breath. Release your lips, release your chin, release your arms, give your shoulders a little shrug and a little wiggle. You guys are amazing. Grab your foam roller if you're sticking around. All right, so clear your gear. We do not need our hand weights for foam roller today. So clear your space, clear your weights, grab your foam roller, and we are going to start with the foam roller on the ground, working our feet to start. So you'll want to place your roller down on the ground. Okay, once you've got the roller down on the ground, we're going to start with a nice soft roll. So 1 foot on, 1 foot off. Gently roll the bottom of your foot. Okay, now we're going to turn the knee in a little bit. So we're going to anchor into the instep of the foot and then roll in and out. Be mindful of your knee here in that turned in position. Beautiful. One more roll in and out, and then we're going to take it over to the blade edge of the foot. So now the knee is going to turn out, find the blade edge, gently roll up and down. Awesome. And then come back to center, lean forward, put a little bit of a body weight forward, and then slow your roll down. Lovely. One more slow roll forward and back, and then find the middle of your foot, and then do that bug squish. Squish a little side to side. One more little bug squish, and then toe and the ball of the foot are going to stay connected to the roller. Press your heel down towards the ground, stretch the calf, stretch the Achilles tendon, take a nice big breath. All right, and then set that foot down on the ground. So before we come over to the other foot, both feet on the ground, take a nice big breath. Reach your arms up and overhead. Bend your knees more than you think you need to. Fold down towards the roller. Hands are going to find the roller. And then we're going to think about lifting our sitting bones up. So we're not going to try to straighten the legs. We're just going to find a little bit of a lift of our sitting bones. Take a breath. And then soften your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up nice and slow and controlled. And now we're going to go with the other foot on. Soft roll to the bottom of the foot. All right, now take it into the instep. So knee turns in a little bit. Shorten your range of motion just so that your knee feels safe and comfortable. Nice. One more roll of the instep and then take it over to the blade edge of your foot. One more roll of the blade edge of the foot and then bring it back to center, but now take your body weight forward and slow your roll down. Awesome. One more slow roll and then find that middle of your foot and squish the bug. Beautiful. One more squish of that bug and then toe and the ball of the foot stay connected to the roller. Press your heel down towards the ground. Hips come forward, lift your chest, take a breath. Wonderful. And then release that, both feet on the ground. Take a nice big breath, arms up and overhead. Exhale, bend your knees more than you think you need to. Fold down, let your hands find the roller. Lift your sitting bones up. Let your head drop down, take a breath. Okay, now we're going to keep the roller in front of us and we're going to start to squat down into a little squatty position so that we can set our butt down, and then we're going to take it right into our foam roller walk, working the calves. So we're going to get that roller up underneath our calf muscles and then just start to walk it up towards the backs of the knees and then walk it back down towards your ankles. One more walk up and down, and then we're going to find the middle point. So think about finding the thickest part of your calf muscles. And then once you found your way there, we're just going to take a moment to just let the muscles get heavy on the roller for a minute. Lean back into your arms, let everything settle in, soften, and take a breath. All right, now we're going to take it into a light point and flex of the feet. So your knees might move with you a little bit, your toes and your ankles are going to move. Let everything move in a really comfortable way. We want to encourage a sense of softness in the calf muscles. So just an idea of soft heaviness, even though they are moving. One more point and flex of the feet, and then we're going to take our toes and twirl them in circles. Circle in one direction. Awesome. And then take your toes and twirl them in circles, go the other way. All right, now we're going to take it into a big pivot of the feet from side to side. So you're going to roll across your calf muscles, get all the way over to the left as far as you can, get all the way over to the right as far as you can. One more turn from side to side, and then we're going to walk the roller up an inch or so. So we're coming up a little bit higher and then come back to that big pivot from side to side. Nice. One more big pivot from side to side, and now we're going to move it up. So we're getting a little bit closer to the knee joint, but hopefully still a little bit on the calf muscle. Big pivot from side to side. Beautiful. One more big pivot from side to side, and then walk it up underneath the bend of your knees, hands to the knees, and give your knees that little lymphatic smush. So you're just kind of smush around, make some little smushy circles. If you're going in one particular direction, go the other way. Nice. And then when you're ready, walk the roller in just a little bit further. So now we're going to get it so that it's underneath the backs of the thighs, the hamstring muscles, but you're going to kind of hold onto your roller as if you're trying to hug the roller into the muscles in the backs of your thighs, and then swish your knees a little bit side to side. One more little smush from side to side, and then bring it in a little bit closer. Bend your knees, walk the roller in, find maybe that middle part of the backs of your thighs. Hold onto the roller like you're intentionally trying to push it into the backs of your thighs, and then a little bit of a swish of the knees from side to side. You might not get big range of motion. Don't worry about that. More intentional push of the roller into the backs of the thighs will help you find a little bit of good work. All right, one more little smush from side to side, and then we're going to pop our butt right up onto the roller. So pick your butt up, pop it up onto the roller, and then once you found your way there, we're taking it right into that big roll across. Roll from side to side. Nice. Now the next time you roll over to the right, stay there, take about 3 good rolls up and down. Now you're going to tune in here. We're going to do these 3 big rolls, and then we'll come back to the side in a figure 4 shape. So if you're already here and you're at an intensity that's like all you can stand, then you'll skip the figure 4 part and you'll just stay with this soft roll. All right, when you're ready, we're going to roll over and across to the other side. Take about 3 rolls up and down. We're just taking a little inventory here. How is everything feeling? Nice. And then once you've done about 3 rolls, taking your inventory, come back through center. Left leg is going to go long, right leg is going to come across the left into figure 4. If you get here and you're already like, nope, that's not for me, then you're going to leave that part off and you'll just roll the glute in a non figure 4 shape. Slide your left leg in and then tip over to the right. And then if it feels good, you're rolling it up and down. All right, now as you do this little bit of roll here, ask yourself, is there one place that feels a little bit more intense than anywhere else or has a little bit more sensation? Could you land on that point and do a little micro rock from side to side? All right, now reduce that rocking, soften, get nice and heavy onto that spot. Take a big breath in, slow breath out. Maybe one more breath if you can stand it. All right, and then lean off of that, come through center, slide your left leg out, give your legs a moment, bop, bop, bop your knees out, and then we're gonna take that work to the other side. So left leg is gonna come across the right, but one side might be different from the other. So you might be like, I don't need that figure 4. On the side, you'll honor what feels right. Slide your right leg in, and then once you've got your way here, now you're gonna tip over to the left. If it feels good, you're rolling it up and down. Okay, now you're going to tune in on this side. If it feels like there's a place that's a little bit more interesting or a little bit more intense, could you land on that spot and then wobble it a little side to side? And then let that wobble come to stillness. Get nice and heavy here. Soften your jaw. Breathe into the space. With each exhale, you're going to get a little bit softer and a little heavier. Nice. And then when you're ready, come through center, slide your right leg out, step your left leg off, take a second to readjust anything that you need to. Now we're going to pivot just slightly. So we're going to get into that IT band area. So you're going to pivot just enough that you're at a slight angle, and then you're going to gently roll at a slight angle. So it's not going to be a big roll, but we're going to put a little bit of the side of the thigh onto the roller and then give it a nice gentle roll up and down. Awesome. One more gentle roll up and down, and then we're going to take that all the way over and across to the other side. So you pivot yourself just a little bit so you're sitting at a slight angle. Get a little bit of the side of your thigh onto the roller, and then roll a little bit up and down. Nice. One more roll up and down. And then as we come through center, hands are just going to find the roller, pick your butt right up and off. And then we're going to get into that low back side body area. So you're going to get into that low back side body tissue, pick your butt up, and then gently roll up and down. One more little roll up and down, and then gently set your butt down, roll all the way over and across, low back side body. So we're in that soft tissue. So we're not putting too much body weight on. We're letting our legs and our arms support. Roll up and down. Beautiful. One more roll up and down. And then come through center. Now we're going to move it on up so that it's underneath the shoulder blade. So move the roller or move yourself. And then once you've got your way there, hands behind the head, grab your ponytail, get it out of the way, lean over the back of your roller, and then come up with a little bit of an abdominal crunch. Inhale, lean over the back of the roller. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, crunch up, and then pick your butt up, do a little micro roll. Stay in that low area. Okay, now come up to the top of that roll. Set your butt down. Lean back over the roller. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, crunch up. Pick up your butt, and now we're going to find the bottom half of that starting roll and then all the way up to the top. All right, now come up to the top of the roll that you're working on. Set your butt down. Lean over the roller. Exhale, crunch up. Lean over your roller. Exhale, crunch up. This time we're going to lean over the roller, release your hands. See if you can let your head drop back. Just a nice gentle back bend. Let your hands get nice and heavy. Let your head get nice and heavy. Take a breath. Okay, and then when you're ready, hands are going to come back to find the back of your head. Pick your butt up, and now we're going to go low point of the shoulder blades all the way up to the tops of the shoulders. So now you're going to get as much ground here covered as you can. One more nice big roll up and down. And then as we come up towards the top of the shoulders, we're going to shift over so that we're on one side. Bottom hand is going to be on top of the roller. And then once you've got your way into that position, we're going to go palm to palm. And then exhale, open up into a little twist. Inhale, bring that hand back in, palm to palm. Exhale, open up. Inhale, palm to palm. Exhale, open up. Stay there for one extra cycle of breath. Beautiful. And then bring it back in. Hand finds the roller. We're going to pick up, so slide that upper hand underneath, and then shoulder head on the roller. Take 3 rocks forward and back. Wonderful. And then once you've done those 3 rocks forward and back, we're flipping it over to the other side. I'm going to spin myself around so I'm facing out to you, but we're going to get up underneath that armpit area. So bottom hand is going to be on top of the roller. And once you've got your way there, top hand going to reach up, palm to palm, and then we exhale, open up into a twist. Inhale, bring it in, palm to palm. Exhale and open up. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, open up, stay there. Take an extra cycle of breath. All right, and then bring it in. Hand finds the roller. We pick up the side body so we can slip that bottom arm up and under, and then shoulder head on the roller, and we're going to take 3 rocks forward and back. Nice. And then once you've done those 3 rocks forward and back, we're going to pivot everything around. So if you like to, you spin yourself around in any way that's going to make good sense, but we're going to angle the roller. We're going to be in a prone position. So belly facing down, and then you're going to get your armpit up onto the roller. So we're going to get a little bit of a slight angled out. So we want the roller arranged so that the armpit chest area. So think your pectoral muscles are going to be a little bit on, and then we're going to calm the waters. So the arm that we're working on, we're just going to pick that arm up and let it hover, and then draw some hovering circles. Circle in one direction. When you're ready, reverse your circles, go the other way. All right, one more circle around. And then when you're ready, we're just going to lift up just enough so that we can pass that roller over to the other side. And then we're going to get it angled so that we can get the armpit chest area onto the roller. Take a second. One side might need a little bit of negotiating before you get there. And then once you're on it, lift up that left hand, let it hover, and then calm the waters. Draw some smooth circles, circle in one direction. Draw some smooth circles, go the other way. Wonderful. One more circle around. And then when you're ready, we're going to pick ourselves up to tabletop position just enough so that we can move that roller. Now, roller is going to be under the belly button line. So if you've got anything going on with your abdomen, if you've got IBS, recent surgery, anything or any reason why you shouldn't be putting too much pressure on your belly, then you're going to stay in an upright seated position, and you'll do a little bit of work from the upright position. If it feels safe and comfortable to be on your belly, you're going to go belly button line on the roller, but the knees and the elbows and forearms are going to help support. So we're not putting too much pressure on. And then we're going to just dip our hips a little bit side to side. So a nice gentle rocking motion, does not need to be extreme. Awesome. One more little rock from side to side, and then we're going to pick our hips up just enough, move the roller down. So now that it's underneath the front hip points might be tender. So same thing here. We're going to honor what's going on with our bodies and only move in a gentle way. Tip your hips a little from side to side. And then see how it feels to tip all the way over to the right, staying in line with the hip points, and then gently roll up and down. Wonderful. One more little roll up and down, and then float through center. Take your time, line up your hip points, and then see how it feels to tip over to the left, and then maybe roll it up and down. Awesome. One more little roll up and down, and then come through center. Now we're going to pick the hips up just enough that we can move the roller underneath our thighs, and then we're going to do big giant roll of the thighs. So your elbows and forearms are going to help move you. Your toes are going to stay in a nice gliding position so that they just sort of glide along the floor as you roll up and down. Now, if you like to get fancy here, maybe you pivot a little to one side, maybe you pivot a little to the other so you get the outer edges of your thighs as well. Beautiful. One more roll up and down. and then push your way back to a tabletop position. Take your time, and then we're going to scooch the roller off to one side. So you're going to scooch it over to one side, hop your shin up onto the roller, and then just one shin at a time. Gently roll up and down. And then if it feels like you're on one side of the bone compared to the other, maybe you shift so you get the other side as well. Lovely. One more roll up and down. And then we're going to pass that roller over to the other side. So scooch it on over and across, hop your shin up onto the roller, roll it in and out. And then if it feels like you're on one side of the shin bone, maybe you switch your leg just a little bit so you get the other side as well. Wonderful. One more roll up and down. And then hop that leg off. We're going to scooch that roller back into our center, but now we're going to go big toes together, knees nice and wide. Walk your legs out, walk your arms forward, walk the roller with you. So you're coming into a little bit of an extended child's pose, butt back towards the heels. Chest softens down, a little space between your arms. Just let everything soften here. Take a nice deep breath in. Okay, now you're going to walk the roller in, and if you're wearing glasses, this is one of those places where it might feel a little bit more comfortable to take them off, but make sure you put them somewhere safe. We're going to go forehead on the roller, but we're going to get up nice and close to the hairline if we can, or where your hairline would be. So find that space of your forehead and then gently rock your head a little side to side. Okay, now the next time you come to center, gently nod your head up and down. One more nod of the head up and down, and then we're going to pick the forehead up. So now we're going to go for middle of the forehead. So not necessarily the hairline, not necessarily the space between your eyes. Find the middle space of your forehead and then come back to that rolling of the head from side to side. Okay, now find that middle point and nod your head up and down. It should feel like your skin and connective tissue are staying connected to the roller, and almost as if you're trying to wiggle your skin of the forehead against the bone of your skull. All right, one more nod of the head up and down, and then we're going to pick it up one last time. Now we're moving to the third eye center. But if that's a tender point for you, then you'll find another spot in your forehead that feels a little bit better. But if third eye center feels all right, that space between your eyebrows, place it on the roller, and then gently turn your head from side to side. So we're slightly rolling across the eyebrows as well. One more turn of the head from side to side, and then bring it back to center. Gently nod your head up and down. Nice. One more nod of the head up and down. And then lift your head up, walk your roller forward. Now, if you took your glasses off and you need to put them back on, take a second to do that. And then one hand on the ground, palm facing down, take a little steamroll to the top of that hand. We're getting the full body today. We're not missing a beat. All right, one more steamroll to the top of the hand and then flip the palm, palm facing up, roll the palm. All right, and then when you're ready, switch hands. Palm facing down, steamroll the top of your hand. Beautiful. And then flip your palm, palm facing up, roll the palm. All right, one more roll of that palm and then stand your foam roller at attention, hands to the roller, step your way up nice and slow, and then thumbs to the roller. Gently press your thumbs down, get a little stretch in the web of your hand, and then release. Index fingers to the roller, press down, and then release. Middle fingers to the roller, press down, and then release. Ring fingers on the roller, press down, and release. Pinky fingers on the roller, press down, And then release, give your hands a little twinkle, a little shake, give your legs a little twinkle, a little shake. You guys are amazing. Nice job today.